Senator Chris Van Hollen meets Kilmar Abrego Garcia in El Salvador amid deportation controversy. Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen traveled to El Salvador and met with Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia, a Maryland resident who was mistakenly deported by the Trump administration despite court orders protecting him from removal. The meeting marks a significant step in ongoing efforts to secure Abrego Garcia's return to the United States and highlights tensions between U.S. immigration enforcement and judicial rulings. Senator Chris Van Hollen met with Kilmar Abrego Garcia on April 17, 2025, during a trip to El Salvador aimed at checking on Abrego Garcia's well-being and advocating for his repatriation to the U.S. Abrego Garcia was deported in March 2025 to El Salvador's notorious CECOT prison despite a 2019 court order that barred his removal due to credible threats of gang violence in his home country. The U.S. Supreme Court unanimously ruled that Abrego Garcia was wrongfully deported and mandated the Trump administration to facilitate his return, but the administration has delayed compliance. El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele has resisted returning Abrego Garcia, sarcastically commenting on the situation and denying access to the prison for some U.S. officials, though he allowed Van Hollen's visit. Van Hollen has engaged with human rights groups, U.S. Embassy staff, and Salvadoran officials, including Vice President Felix Aloa, to press for Abrego Garcia's release and return. During the visit, Van Hollen contacted Abrego Garcia's wife, Jennifer, conveying his affection and providing reassurance about his condition. The Trump administration alleges Abrego Garcia's association with the MS-13 gang, designated a foreign terrorist organization, though Abrego Garcia denies these claims and has no criminal convictions related to gang activity. Federal judges have criticized the administration's failure to comply with court orders and its refusal to repatriate Abrego Garcia, calling the situation a violation of due process and constitutional rights. Van Hollen's trip underscores broader political and diplomatic tensions surrounding immigration enforcement, judicial authority, and human rights, with continued pressure on the administration to resolve the case. This meeting represents a pivotal moment in the high-profile case, drawing attention to the complexities of immigration policy enforcement and the role of elected officials in advocating for constituents' rights abroad.